Ukraine launched an ATACMS, Army Tactical Missile Systems, attack on occupied Crimea on Monday, October 30, reportedly hitting the Russian air defense system in the region. News.com has learned that the attack occurred near the village of Olenevka, on the western coast of Crimea, at around 3 a.m. local time. According to a statement from the Ukrainian Army's Strategic Communications Unit on social media, the armed forces successfully hit a strategic object of the air defense system on the western coast of occupied Crimea. However, the Russian Defense Ministry and the Ukrainian armed forces have yet to issue further specifications about the attack or comment on the situation. Astra, a Russian-language Telegram channel that posts about the Ukraine war, offered more details about the attack. According to the channel, the ATACMS attack on Crimea damaged 5 vehicles and wounded 17 Russian troops, Newsweek reported. A Telegram channel linked to the Russian military, called Rybar, reported that the Russian air defenses found it impossible to shoot down the ATACMS and that the military is still speculating about the location of the launch site of the missiles. As of now, the Russian military speculates that the missile strike was launched from the Kherson region of Ukraine, and as for the nature of the missiles, it believes that it is a modification of the MGM-140A with a cluster warhead and that it has a range of 100 miles. It is worth noting that the ATACMS, supplied to Ukraine by the United States, boasts a range higher than the U.S.-supplied high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, and M270 multiple-launch rocket systems. This is reportedly the first time U.S.-supplied weapons were fired in the Crimean Peninsula, which Russia annexed in 2014. The ATACMS strike on Crimea was part of a series of attacks Ukraine launched on the region on Monday, resulting in a missile danger alert being reintroduced in the region, as reported by Newsweek. Crimea may come under attack again, especially considering the increased intensity of filming of various objects on the peninsula by Western satellites in the last 3 days, the Russian Defense Ministry said, according to the news outlet. The series of Ukrainian strikes on Crimea included British-supplied Storm Shadow/Scalp cruise missiles toward Sevastopol, 2 Neptune anti-ship missiles fired from the Odessa region, and drones, according to the Rybar Telegram channel. The British-supplied missile has a range of over 250 kilometers, 155 miles. However, the Russian Defense Ministry claimed to have shot down the barrage of attacks, except the ATACMS strike. On October 30, at around 1300 hours, 10 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, an attempted attack by the Kiev regime with 8 Storm Shadow cruise missiles at targets on the Crimean Peninsula was stopped. As a result of air defense systems repelling the attack, all missiles were shot down, read a statement by the ministry, according to the Moscow Times. The fact that the Russian air defense systems failed to down the ATACMS strike on Crimea contradicts the claims previously made by Russian President Vladimir Putin directly. A few weeks ago, Putin claimed that Russia will be able to repel attacks by Ukraine's new long-range weapons supplied by the US and that the possession of these new missiles would not be able to change the situation along the Ukrainian front line. For Ukraine, in this sense, there's nothing good. It only prolongs the agony, Putin had claimed, via The Independent. His claims came right after Ukraine announced on Telegram that they had used the ATACMS for the first time and with great success. Ukraine's Special Operations Forces posted on the platform that their attack destroyed 9 Russian helicopters, ammunition, an air defense system, and other assets at 2 airfields in regions occupied by Russia. The ammunition depot in Berdyansk detonated until 4 a.m. The detonation in Luhansk continued until 11 a.m. Losses in the enemy's manpower amount to dozens of dead and wounded. Bodies are still being pulled from the rubble, the Post read.